What's next for Aaron? I know obviously there's a lot of issues with him trying to get to different fighting, corporations. What is the next move for Aaron Pico?
I think we all want to see Aaron Pico in the UFC. I think the fans want to see it. That's where Aaron wants to be. That's where I want him to go. I want to see Aaron up against the undisputed best 145ers in the world. And the situation with PFL has been frustrating. I hope it looks positive that there's going to be able to be a way for him to work it through. And I just can't wait to see Aaron back in the cage in 2025. He is in great shape. He's hitting harder than ever. His wrestling's grappling is better than ever. So I can't wait for Aaron to get out there and just showcase his skills. And there's so many dream matchups in the UFC at 145 for him. I just want to see him in that mix, right away.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what's going to be exciting when that does happen. The all the available fights he's going to have. I mean, that division is stacked, and it's not like he's a brand new guy. Like he's been fighting for a long time and very
Mhm.
high competition. So that I hope is enough, and considering his name recognition will be enough to give him some good fights to start off, and it's going to be exciting. Like, what would you say Aaron does that's different than most fighters that sticks out to you as to why he's so special and has such a bright future?
Well, his wrestling accolades, speak for themselves. I mean, he was a world champion, representing the United States, traveling the world, all through his teens. It's incredible the level he was at. And if Aaron wanted to be an Olympic gold medalist, he could have been, but he chose to go the route of MMA. His boxing pedigree is unbelievable. Same thing. He was a teenager sparring Miguel Cotto at the Wild Card gym. It blows my mind. And just to see him put it all together, and become a true mixed martial artist is really, really impressive to see. His work ethic, his IQ, it reminds me a lot of John, just everything he puts into the game. And he's just a great dude. But one of the things that I think he does different is his ability to blend his striking into his wrestling and his striking into his body shots. You don't see a lot of pure body punchers like Aaron in MMA. And he has a whole highlight reel of just ripping dudes with liver shots. And that technique, that arsenal that he has, is only grown over his time away over the last year. So I can't wait for him to get back out there and really test these guys' livers.
Yeah, that's it's a really good point you made. I think his ability to change levels with his striking is unparalleled. Like you don't see that at all. It's a boxing trait you see more often than you see an MMA trait. But it's so apparent with him. Like the way his feints and the way he moves and to get to the top to the bottom. It's very incredible, and his jujitsu is great. Like I think it's very interesting to see where it goes from here because I honestly, I think he's already the best 145, and I'm biased as hell. Like Whittier
Yeah,
boys.
Whittier.
That's how we
Yep.
are.
I think he's the best 145er in the world too, and I know it's just a matter of time for us to show it. He's 28. I think there's some critics of Aaron when he was just so young in his career, fighting outside his weight class, fighting super tough veterans. Like, it takes a while to learn this game, and even though Aaron had world class accolades in wrestling and boxing, it takes a while to learn MMA and the defense and the range and how to put it all together. And now at 28 years old, I mean, everybody's seen the tear he's been on in Bellator. I mean, we pretty much went the last 5 years undefeated, with the exception of the injury against Jeremy Kennedy. And even with one arm, Aaron was still in great position that first round. I wish I could have gotten that shoulder back in the socket in between the round. But Aaron's just on a tear right now, and we just got to keep this momentum going and carry it into the next matchup, wherever that may be.
Yeah, you're right. And I think the cool part to see it all go down is like I think the fanfare is already there. That's the cool part is like he had huge fanfare coming in as a young kid. Like again, there was a lot of hype already. And then, the small little setbacks weren't even a big problem to his fanfare at all because once he started getting better and better and better, it just kept growing. Like he's a very humble guy, super likable. Um, and that's the coolest part is like so when these fights do start happening, it's gonna be not only big money, everyone's gonna want to watch. You're just gonna the fighters he's fighting are gonna respect him too. It's a cool thing to see as a fan, 100%.
Yeah, I'm excited for Aaron. He has a bright future ahead, and we just, it sucks to sit out for any professional athlete, but I hope PFL can get their schedule together, and the UFC's putting on shows just about every weekend. So I can't wait to just see Aaron make that walk again and get back in the mix. Hopefully
Absolutely.
it's soon. Hopefully it's this spring or summer.
Absolutely.